Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and today I have a ranked Eredin deck for you guys, and that is an Eredin Nova deck. So the gist of this deck is that we have a Ciri Nova deck, which means we're running 26 cards and no more than 2 copies of each card. Now, the idea behind this deck is that we are going to be utilizing weather to make tempo. So for example, we have Wild Hunt Hounds, and we can use these to thin frost from our deck. But similarly, we also have Sirens, and we can use the Sirens to play Moonlight from our deck. So if we have to go first, we can play Siren and put her in Moonlight in order to buff her. And on top of that, the Moonlight then synergizes with our Werewolves. These get boosted by 7 on contact with Full Moon, so these guys will get stronger, which is really nice. Then with the Frost kind of package, we've got Frost and we've got Wild Hunt Riders, which will increase the damage dealt of by Frost by 1. So then Frost does 3 damage, which means we can use Frost to kill Iris, which would then boost 5 random units on our side of the board by 5. So that's like a 25-point play. On top of that, we have some Drowners we can use to move enemies into the Frost in order to deal damage that way. And we have a couple Recons which we can use to try and thin out our bronze cards. Then in terms of our silvers, we have Roach, which we can thin with a gold card, and we have Monster's Nest, which situationally will give us different things. We can use it for a Barbergazi, for example, or a Ghoul if we want to eat something from our graveyard. Or a Drowner, so it is kind of situationally played. Then we have Roach to get thinned out of our deck by our golds. We have the Ozrel Toad Prince Manticore combo. So Toad Prince, draw a unit, then consume a unit in your hand and boost self by its power. So Toad Prince we can use to draw, to eat Imperial Manticore and then draw a card. And then we can also eat that from our graveyard with Ozrel or with Ghoul. But Ozrel also allows us to eat units from our opponent's graveyard, which gives us a little bit of counterplay. Then in terms of our golds, we have Corinthia as extra frost. We have Igni, which we can use to destroy the highest units on the board. And we have Caretaker, we can use to replay Iris, for example. And then we have Ciri Nova. And your golds are kind of where you're a bit more flexible. Like, you could choose to run more kind of weather-heavy decks and maybe take out the Igni for, say, a Drought or a Ragnarok, for example. It's really kind of up to you guys. But without further ado, I'm going to jump into a game and I'll showcase this deck in action for you. And if you like the deck, don't forget to leave a like on the video.
Mead! More mead!
Okay, so we are up against Bran, which means like consume effects are really useful. The mulligan is fairly simple. You want to get rid of Frost, you want to get rid of Moonlight, and we don't need this many recons, so we'll get rid of that too. And oh, we pulled Roach. Painful, painful. But we do have a proactive play here, so we can open with our Siren into the Full Moon and pop that on her there. Unfortunately, we didn't get a Wild Hunt Hound, which means that we're in a little bit of a tricky spot in terms of applying Frost. We can use Eredin to apply Frost, but if we do that, what that generally means is that we're going to have a little bit of a hard time in terms of... Oh, see, this is where the consumer would have been so good. We're going to have a little bit of a hard time in terms of... then we'll have a dead Hound, basically, so that is something that you have to be kind of aware of. So, let's play the Werewolf.
He don't like you.
And honestly, I think this is going to be a fairly tricky round to play. I think we're going to have to play Eredin into the Hound in order to get the Frost on the board, and we'll pop that down there on the back row. We could also actually have used it to cycle Morkvarg. That would have been an option too. And then we can play the Rider, and then we can play Iris. And our opponent has chosen to pass. The thing is, we're not going to be able to dry pass him because he's going to have carryover. So what we would maybe have to do is try and force him out of this round, which is a little bit tricky. But we do have more weather. So we're definitely throwing Roach here. Sorry, Roach. We got Corinthia. So we have more Frost. So we could potentially go for a longer round here because we have these cards that generate us points over time. So in all honesty, I think I'm going to open again with the Siren. This also thins our deck, so then we'll Full Moon onto this row. And then we could also play the Werewolf. And so this gives us kind of options in terms of how we want to play this round, which is good for us.
Modron Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
And because we won, we're in control, so this is fine. So we'll get the Werewolf out, and then we'll look to play Corinthia on probably the front row, I would have thought. Although actually back row is pretty good. We can pull Morkvarg to the back row. There's too many ones on the front row. So let's play Corinthia. And we'll pull Morkvarg to the back row. And we'll Frost him. It does mean that, we're going to cycle that. We also thin Roach, which is good. But now we have, weather dealing damage over time and giving us points over time. And then we can also start to include the Wild Hunt Riders, and we can look to play Iris, and we are actually in a pretty strong position here. The other thing we can do is we can recon, and recon, it will give us a Drowner or a Frosthound. And if it gives us a Frosthound, we frost the front, and if it gives us a Drowner, we can pull another unit to the back. So all in all, it's good regardless. And it thins our deck, which is really nice. That's an interesting play. Agura. Bronze or silver spell. Last Wish. Okay, so he gets something from his deck. Restore. Is he going to play his Restore target? That's the thing, because Restore targets are now doomed, I believe.
Come here. Come get a hearty bear hug.
And I think that's his third bear, which means this isn't a Nova deck. It's probably an Olaf deck. Okay, so let's play the Recon for now. And I think we take the extra Frost here. And do we want to frost the middle row or the front row? I think we frost the middle row because we can pull units to the middle row. And by frosting the middle row, this gives us options about where we play Nova. Not Nova, sorry, Ciri. Not Ciri. Iris. Jesus Christ, words are difficult this morning. Words are difficult this morning. Because we can play a Wild Hunt Rider on that row instead. Because this is going to do a 2 and then a 1, so having a 3 there is not necessarily that useful.
You shan't get through.
The other thing is, at the moment, he doesn't have a lot of options for rezzing, so this makes his life a little bit more tricky. Yeah, so we play this on the middle row. And then we can play Iris. And potentially we Toad Prince and just eat the other Wild Hunt Rider. I mean, how much value does it really... It depends what we draw with Toad Prince, but how much value does it really give us? Ornamental Sword.
Who's the courage to fight the
Okay,
bad
that's
Carls,
still
eh?
fine. So, let's play this now while we can.
I'm so very, very afraid.
Because we're getting 7 points per turn at the moment, which is insane. Like, we have so much tempo. And it doesn't really look like our opponent can do anything about it, because he's going to end up with a handful of reses. And if you look at his graveyard, what does he res? He can res a Pay Me Battle Maiden, or a bear.
I can do a great deal more for you.
What did he just coral? Something big, probably. Right, let's play this. Algul. So we're going to eat the Wild Hunt Rider. What's in his graveyard? What is going to be in his graveyard? A bunch of 11 strength bears and res targets. Because the more rounds that this weather ticks for, you know, the better, realistically. Oh, he killed my rider. That's what he killed. Which is impressive considering there was also this 15-point body on the board. And realistically here, we're just trying to get to the point where he can't easily catch us. Him into Algul and he'll eat a 10. Yeah, that's not really surprising. Do I have anything else in here? I have a 7. We can play this for Drowner, though. Which will give us 7 and 4. 7 and 4, right? There's nothing I want to eat in his graveyard. Or we just eat the 7. This is 7 and 4, this is 7 and 4, but let's play this one. Pull something out of that row into the frost. So we're up 11, I want to say, because after he plays this we get moonlight points. So if we pass, we're then even on cards. Is that where we want to be? Or do we want to force him with one more card? The thing is, at the moment, there's not very good graveyard targets. Whereas in the future, there'll be this 14 strength bear, which we can eat. But he'll have first place, so he'll probably just res the bear. I think we pass here. And he's going to take another 3, 4, 5. Oh, nice. We forced out his... that's huge. We forced out his Bear Master play, which is really, really big for us. We maybe should have tried to push for 2-0 just because we were getting so many points per turn. That possibly would have been sensible. Caretaker. I like this hand. I like this hand. The thing is, he's gonna play his res, right? Like, he gotta open with a big res. Otherwise, I'm taking out your graveyard. And he knows I run Al Ghul.
Her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
So we eat the 14. Yum, 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 yum. That is a big boy play. And this is the thing with this deck, is you have to kind of know how to play it against different decks. So in this situation, I know that in Skellige I should push them round 2 because they don't have a lot of reses, and because I have a lot of weather that he wasn't able to deal with.
Come here. Come get a heart, a bear hug.
Okay, so now we Caretaker. What do we want here? This guy's worth 12. Wait, can we Caretaker Al Ghul and then eat the 12? Oh my god, we can. Oh, Osrel. It's not called Al Ghul anymore. So we should eat this guy. We're just eating everything out of his graveyard. What have you got? He's gonna get a res, which means he will probably get Ceres. I would have thought, because of how he's been playing this. Nice try, buddy. Nice try.
You've talked enough.
You've talked enough. Enough! And that's how you beat Skellige. Anyway, guys, that's the deck. I'm going to jump into another game now, and I'll showcase this deck in action once more for you.
Nothing like a dwarf to get you to a tight spot.
Any last words?
Okay, so we're against dwarves this time. We have double Siren, which is nice. We'll throw the Moonlight. We have the Toad Prince Manticore combo, which is really cool. I'm going to throw the Recon as well, and I'm going to throw Roach. I was just trying to find a Frosthound there, but it's okay because we do have Corinthia. Alternatively, Iris would have been a good find as well. And we win the coin flip.
Business for me.
So let's play Premium Siren
Come to me.
into Full Moon on the back row. And back row's nice just because it means if they have Ard or something, they can't take you out of your weather. So the issue that we have is he's getting a lot of points per turn. So the question is, do we want to Eredin Frost? And I think we do. I think we do want Eredin Frost here. Onto this row, because this guy's giving him points per turn. We could have actually done it on the front row and pulled that guy into the Frost, actually, now that I think about it.
Not afraid. You should be.
So interestingly, this card actually triggers based on the order of your cards. So we could potentially move this and cause it some trouble. The question is, how many points do we want this turn versus how many points do we want in future rounds? Because obviously we don't want to invest all of our Frost and stuff. That's not great.
You shall taste of your own.
I realized I didn't actually need to play Eredin for Frost because I had Corinthia.
Blood and neck ends. Similian Vat.
Oh, that's a lot of points. So let's play. Do we play Toad Prince here? Or do we play Drowner? I think we play Toad Prince because this gives us options. Okay, well now we have a Rider. That's interesting. And we'll eat the Manticore. The thing is, the Rider isn't that useful this round. Is our issue, is that the Rider isn't that useful. Okay. So Brewer, Barkley. Polly. Oh, dead Polly. Feels bad. You're up 6. So let's Drowner. There we go. And yeah, we're still ahead. Seems good.
My head Sparley!
Okay, so that's probably Nova. Not Nova. What's her name? Morin. I think we play Monster's Nest here. Unless there's anything in his graveyard we want. No, there's not. We don't need the Wild Hunt Rider at the moment. We have Corinthia for Frost later. The alternative is we play the Moonlight. But I think we play this into Ghoul. And then we eat this guy. Because I'm pretty sure that's to reveal, not Morin. So then he's got an extra 14 points, which we need to be aware of. See, Igni would actually be quite good here. This is like when we don't have Igni and he would have been quite good. Uma, okay. What are you trying to high roll?
The Empire will be victorious.
Oh. I'm ahead. So I get 2 card advantage here. Yeah, because this is worth 14. No, it's wait, I don't get 2 card advantage here. This is worth 14. So the question is, do we Corinthia? Because it's a bit late to Corinthia. But on the flip side, we can get Frost on the front row, which is going to start killing his targets. So I think that we do Corinthia. We'll pull this. Oh no! I didn't make it out in the middle row! Oh, I misclicked! That was super dumb. That was super dumb. Oh, damn it. Doesn't really matter. So if we pass, it's a tie. How do I feel about a tie? I can live with a tie. Oh wait, it's not a tie. I can't do basic maths. Can't do basic maths. I was like, it'll be a tie. That was... Was he not on 80? Maybe he was on 70. He must have been on 70. Recon. Okay, so this is going to give me, like, Drowner and Frosthound. So we throw one of these. My turn. Do we want to push him this round? I think we do.
Come to me.
Because we have Nova in hand, I think we're okay to kind of try and push him this round. Question is, what do I want out of his graveyard?
Never had your kneecaps broken.
Maybe to reveal. To reveal's not bad. So let's play Recon and see what we get. Yeah, there is one more Frost in the deck, so we play Frost here. I'm going to stack the units just because I want to set up... Although actually I have to play this guy on the middle row. I was going to say I want to set up my to reveal, but we'll see.
Why have you summoned me?
No Iris. Did you just fog me? Holy crap. So if we pass here, we get card advantage. No, I don't think we do. What's he got in his graveyard? I'm just trying to force cards out of him, really. Like, if it comes down to top deck situation, I have 2 good cards. Runestone. What can I take from here? Reveal's not bad. Freehead would have been good earlier. He's played poorly, so this is even cards. But we get to be reactive. I think this is okay. I think we can pass here. Oh my god, the fog, the Ida kind of threw me. Like, was not expecting him to get rid of my Moonlight. So we don't want Recon. Algul is good.
We've lived in isolation for too bloody long.
What do I want out of your graveyard? Probably the 8. We just eat the 8. Or the fast. You know what? We just eat an 8. What's in my graveyard? Actually, what do I have in here? A 10. Well, we should just eat a 10. Because he's not going to res either of those. So let's just eat it, Ryder. Yum, 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 yum. Osrel is happy.
Don't make me laugh.
So, Caretaker. Oh, I probably should have stacked them if I'm going to reveal. She's worth 14. This is worth 12. This is worth 13. There we go. What have you got? Is it worth 22?
When the white frost comes,
The answer is no, because all of my units are too small. So we play Ciri Nova. And we win.
Yield and save me some time.
Yield and save me some time. Hey! And yeah, that's the Eredin deck. The fog was definitely a bit of a bamboozle, but the thing is you can rack up a lot of points if you can get your frost and moonlight ticking. And I think it's a fun deck to play. I think it thins fairly well. You quite consistently find your Nova. And honestly, like, it hasn't been changed too much with the patch. Like, the Monster's Nest change is really the only one affecting it. But that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like, and you can always subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Jaggerous, and you can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerous. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!